You ever get to the end of the day, you look at your screen time report, and you just feel completely wiped out? You know that feeling like you've been scrolling for hours, but you haven't actually done anything that matters? We all know it. It's this weird kind of digital burnout. So let's get into this, because that feeling, well, it's not an accident. It's the result of a massive system. And believe it or not, a huge change is on the horizon. This quote from Patreon's CEO, Jack Kant, just absolutely nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that frustration so many of us have with the internet right now. It's this whole experience that feels like it's been designed not for our well-being, but for one very specific purpose: to just grab our attention and hold on for dear life.
You see, for the last 20 years or so, the internet has basically been running on one single resource, one currency that has proven more valuable than pretty much anything else: your focus.
And that brings us to the attention economy. Think about it this way. The business model of the entire modern internet has been to literally mine human attention from our brains, kind of like you'd mine gold from the ground. Every single second you spend looking at a screen is a commodity, something that can be captured, packaged up, and then sold.
And the way it works is actually pretty simple. Platforms like Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, they aren't just there to show you cool stuff. Their algorithms are precision engineered to get you hooked and keep you there. Why? Because the more eyeballs they hold, the more ad money they can rake in. In this system, you're not the customer. You're the product that's being sold. And the side effects of all this, well, we're living through them right now. We're getting so tired of the ads. Our privacy is being chipped away, bit by bit. There are even studies showing that our basic literacy skills are declining because the algorithms push short-form content that actively discourages deep, focused reading. We've become a generation trapped in this endless, purposeless engagement, and honestly, the system itself is starting to crack under the strain. But what if there was a completely different way to do things? A really fundamental shift is starting to happen, and it's being powered by some amazing new technology that could completely flip the script. You see, the next economy might not be built on what grabs our attention, but on what actually grows our own agency. This brings us to a new idea: the intention economy. The design agency Huge came up with this really clear way of describing it. It's a move away from just capturing eyeballs to, actually serving real human needs. And this isn't just some small adjustment, it's a massive change in the entire power dynamic. So here's the crucial difference. We'd go from being passive consumers, just mindlessly scrolling through our feeds, to becoming active authors of our own digital lives. You declare what you want to do. Find a new recipe, learn a new skill, plan a trip, and the systems actually work to help you achieve that goal instead of just distracting you from it. I mean, the contrast is pretty stark, right? The attention economy literally feeds on our distraction, while an intention economy would feed on our purpose. It's the difference between optimizing for outrage and optimizing for meaning. Really, it's the difference between being mindlessly reactive and being thoughtfully reflective. It's about being steered versus doing the steering yourself. So what's making this possible all of a sudden? Generative AI. For the very first time, we have technology that can understand complex, nuanced human language, not just the crude, simple signals of clicks and likes. It can actually grasp the intent behind what we say, which opens the door to a much more helpful and responsive internet. But, and this is a big but, this new technology puts us at a critical fork in the road. This transition isn't automatically going to be some kind of utopia. There are two very, very different paths that this new intention economy could go down. And that really gets to the million-dollar question. If this new AI can understand our intentions, who is it really working for? Is it serving you, the person with the intention, or is it serving the company that owns the AI? Because this choice leads us down one of two paths. One is a path of genuine empowerment, and the other is a path of sophisticated manipulation on a scale we have never seen before. So on one hand, you could have what some people are calling the desire economy. This uses AI to pick up on your fleeting impulses, your micro-emotions, to predict what you might want and then gently nudge you toward choices that are, of course, profitable for someone else. But on the other hand, you have a true intention economy, one that uses AI as a tool to help you reflect, clarify your own goals, and then act on them. One leads to manipulation. The other leads to real agency. And listen, this isn't just some sci-fi fear. Researchers at the University of Cambridge are already sounding the alarm. They're warning that if our attention was the old currency, our very motivations, our deeper whys, are about to become the new one.
A brand new resource to be targeted, steered, and ultimately sold. Just think about the implications of that for a second. We're not just talking about showing you a targeted ad anymore. We're talking about technology that can subtly shape your desires and your future actions in real time. The potential for manipulation on a massive scale could make scandals like Cambridge Analytica look like, well, child's play. Okay, I know this might be sounding a little bleak, but the future is not written yet. The outcome of this massive transition isn't inevitable. It all depends on what we decide to build, how we decide to build it, and what we choose to value.
In a world where AI can either serve our intentions or shape them for us, the most critical skill you can have is self-awareness. Seriously, knowing what you actually want becomes a form of defense and a real source of power. This isn't just about preparing for a new economy. It's about building the personal skills we're all going to need to thrive in it. So how do we build up that personal infrastructure? Well, this framework for intentional learning is a fantastic place to start. It all begins with setting clear, tangible goals so you actually know your own why. It involves mindful practice and asking for feedback so you can improve with real purpose. And crucially, it's a constant cycle of deliberately building skills and then taking the time to reflect on your progress. These aren't just, good habits. They are the fundamental skills for strengthening your ability to direct yourself rather than being directed by an algorithm. And this is really what's at stake here. By cultivating these skills, we equip ourselves to be the authors of our own lives. We can stop being just a predictable asset in someone else's business model and start writing our own story. This transition is happening. The tools are being built right now, as we speak. So the real question isn't if the intention economy will arrive. The question is, who's going to write its rules? Will it be built to serve the goals of a handful of powerful companies, or will it be built to serve you? The choice of which future we get starts with the intentions we all choose to cultivate today.